Welcome back to another major differences for Call of Duty. Today we are looking at the Call of Duty 4 beta. Truth be told, there's not too much to look at. There's only 3 maps in the Call of Duty 4 beta, so I did a lot of nitpicking, but there are still a decent amount of changes, I'd say. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. When you first launch Call of Duty 4 beta, this is what you're greeted with. Welcome to the beta. This beta is just a taste of the full Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare multiplayer experience and features and a few early versions of the maps and modes in the game. We encourage you to take full advantage of the beta, try out all the new features, and we'll see you online. XOXO Infinity Ward.
Let's do this.
And while we're on the main menu, I'll have the beta and the final version flashing back and forth, but as you can see in the final version, on the left side the IW logo is there, as well as the bottom right. And then on the top right, you can see the logo is ever so slightly changed with Call of Duty behind the other logo for some odd reason being there. Don't know why that's a thing. Then the soldier, you can see very minor differences. On the final version, they added an Acog sight, as well as some pouches on the guy and a knife on him. And then some of the other stuff got very slightly changed, but yeah, that's it for the most part. And while we're here, we might as well take a look at all the maps. So a lot of the loading screens are similar to the final version of CoD4, as well as some are similar to the Pre-Alpha 328. And also, I believe there are some that are exclusive only to the beta, which I might be wrong about, but yeah, you can take a look at all of them. And looking at the game modes, all the game modes are here that are in the release version of CoD4, except Capture the Flag is added, which is actually a game mode that you can't play unless you have mods. And here are all the game rules. And if you didn't actually know, Capture the Flag was actually in the promotional material for Call of Duty 4. Especially if you go on just Steam and go to CoD4, on the first image you can see Capture the Flag in the images. And then this is just me playing Capture the Flag in the beta version. And here I ported the Capture the Flag from the CoD4 beta to the final version, which everything works perfectly fine, all the strings are there. The only difference is that I ported it to the War game mode or TDM game mode, so it has the TDM score and whatnot, and the announcer voices are missing, but everything else works for the most part. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there are references even in the final version of Capture the Flag that you can find in the comment_MP if you know where to look. But yeah, everything works, and also I just want to shout out Korea because he's been working on porting it from the Pre-Alpha 328 to the final version, which for the most part I believe works fine, but there are a few minor flaws with it. But yeah, shout out Korea. But yeah, it really makes you wonder why Capture the Flag was never added to the release version of CoD4, considering even from Pre-Alpha 328 to the beta version, there was still some stuff being done to the Capture the Flag game mode, so clearly it was pretty close to being released, especially it being pretty much done in the beta, but oh well, who knows. Now here, looking at Search and Destroy, the A-bomb in the beta version was a little bit closer to the defender spawn, and then in retail it's closer to the attacker spawn. And in the Search and Destroy in the beta version, the briefcase in the right side is white/gray instead of yellow like the final version, and the animation freaks out when you type in the numbers. And also on the bottom left, when the timer's counting down for the bomb, there is no briefcase behind the numbers, unlike the retail version where you can see there's a little briefcase there. And in the beta version, the defuse symbol is slightly different. And in the beta, the Marines have a different logo as compared to the final version. And just a minor difference in the menu and the scoreboard, they changed the name from Marine Force Recon just to Marines. And when you spawn in the beta, the perks are in reverse order. And the grenade launcher UI is slightly different. And a very small difference I noticed in the beta, when you are looking away from the objectives, the icons get very small. Which they do in the final version as well, but they don't get as small, they get like ever so slightly smaller to like where you barely even notice it, where I even had to check myself. And the airstrike in the beta, when you call it in, it gets very smoky when the strikes land, which I assume they removed it because it gets actually kind of laggy. In the Acog in the beta, the reticle is slightly different and it's not as zoomed in. And in Search and Destroy, there's a little bomb symbol over the person's head that's carrying the bomb instead of a defense symbol. And as well, it's A to chase or go in the free spectate mode for spectating people, and you can only use B to go to the next player, there's no going back. And as well, you're stuck in third person spectating, there's no first person spectating in the beta. And here in old CoD4 beta footage, free-for-all went up to 12 players instead of 8. Here's all the game modes that you could actually play in the beta. And in the scoreboard, next to the person's name, there's like a little symbol with a number. I have zero idea what that means or what it does, but it's there. And here are all like the minimap icons. There might be ever so slightly differences from the beta to the retail versions, but Vacant has the biggest difference, as the Vacant one I believe is from the pre-alpha. Now getting into the old school mode, there are actually quite a few differences, so all my Myers peeps that I used to play with back in the day will probably enjoy this, such as the guns and whatnot are spinning. And also in the beta version for old school, the jump height and the jump slowdown are still all there. It doesn't change the 64 and turning off jump slowdown. I'm so happy they added that, because honestly, Myers would not be what it is today if they ever left it how it is. But yeah, here in the final version, as you see, nothing spinning, but yeah, if you know how to mod, you can just mod it back in easily with a single thread that they left out. And here you can see the jump height is back to 64 and there is no jump slowdown, so you can easily strafe run. And just some noise changes. The pickup sound is the person joining the lobby. And the sound when a gun respawns, it's the sound of when someone is leaving the lobby. And you can hear that all across the map as if you're right next to it. And in the retail version, the pickup noise is literally just picking up a gun. And here's what it sounds like when it respawns and you won't hear it across the map. And some placement changes. Here on Crash, the M4 is missing from this spot. And the M14 is missing from this spot. And there's a C4 here in the beta build that is in the final build. In the mechanic shop, there's a flash grenade here that was removed. And here on beta Overgrown, here's an AK with a grenade launcher that was changed to an M14 and the location was slightly moved. And in Granny's house, there's a claymore up here that was actually removed. And here's a smoke grenade that got changed to a frag grenade. And the frag grenade was actually here in the beta build, which actually got changed to a flashbang. And on the back of the map by the gas station bridge, there is no smoke grenade here, but in the final version there is a smoke grenade. And the MP5 in Granny's house was actually moved to a different room. There was a flash grenade here in the beta build that got removed. And as well by the barn there was a flash grenade that got removed as well. Now over here on Vacant, there's a C4 pickup here in the beta build that got changed to a deagle. And here outside the warehouse by the truck, there was a flash grenade here that got changed to an actual frag grenade. The Juggernaut pickup was actually in the warehouse, which it actually just got moved just outside the warehouse. In this hallway there was a pickup for a stopping power, which got removed entirely. And here in the courtyard, the RPD is here in the beta instead of double tap. And in the beta, the double tap was actually just outside the courtyard. And in this room in the beta, there is no pickup, but in the final version, the RPD got moved to here. And for this section, I'm just going to do a walk around of all the maps, starting here with Crash, since this definitely has the most amount of changes out of all the beta maps. Now I could do what I did with the MW2 Alpha and show you side-by-sides of all the differences, but I wanted to change it up for this video just to see how people like it. So I just did a walk around of all the maps, and I do know the CoD4 maps pretty well, so I noticed all the small changes, but I will add small commentary over the parts that do have major changes. Here you can walk out this door, but in the final version there is a door there. The broken down window here is missing. These trucks here aren't blown up like they are in the final version, you can't even blow them up. Here, if you see a lot of solid objects like that little roof overhang or the walls looking really plain, that's usually because that means they are still working on it. Just a little small change here, there are actually railings going into Granny's house that were removed.
in the back of my mind, there's a memory. You were holding my hand tight, kissing on a moonlit street. And I've been missing you since then. Yeah, I still smell you on my sheets. Loving you is sweet, sweetheart. Losing you is killing me. Baby, I can't breathe. Baby, I can't breathe. I remember your eyes like a warm sunset, rolling on my king size bed. Moments that I can't forget. And I've been missing you since then. Yeah, I still smell you on my sheets. Loving you is sweet, sweetheart. Losing you
And here the Jeep and the little tanker thing aren't destroyed as they are in the final version. And again, you can't destroy them like the white trucks on Crash.
Do this.
Don't you wanna be free like a waterfall, flowing on the riverside, places you don't have to hide. Sometimes you're alone, there's no one to turn to, feeling you be left outside, struggle with a heavy mind. Just breathe in life.
This ladder here is actually climbable.
Pray for those who lost it all. Yeah, you know we are one alliance. Why going back to nowhere? We played a game, we kind of lost it. We cannot change going under. The road leads back to nowhere. Don't you wanna be free like a waterfall?
Here there's not even a white barrier present.
Riverside, places you don't have to hide. Someday you find love, somebody to run to. Walking by the ocean side, meet you at the mountain night.
Here you might have noticed in the stopping power part in the old school, this is actually knocked over. In this section here, all the weapons, I did one shot out of them with the reload, and then with the mag empty with the reload, just to see the difference between them and all the animations, as well as the gun sounds, and then with all the attachments as well. Some of the guns are out of order, so they won't be entirely next to each other, like the R700 is in between the LMGs if I recall, but yeah.
almost up. Time's almost up.
And for all my glitching and COD jumping peeps out there that are watching this far, I just want to show you the section for glitching since not many people probably care about this, so I decided to add it at the end. But yeah, I just want to show what was all possible and what all changes were different from the retail version. But yeah, Overgrown probably has the most significant changes for us glitching people out there. But yeah, pretty sad to see, but nothing we can really do about it. And I just want to show this off, secret little room. I believe this is in the final version as well. Just some collision in here, but I believe this is from the pre-alpha. But yeah, this is the outro now, so thank you guys for watching this far. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing all the differences. I know there probably wasn't much, and a lot of it was pretty nitpicky, but again, I just wanted to show it off since a lot of people probably care about it, and CoD 4 is literally one of my favorite games of all time, and I still play it to this day, so I just wanted to show it off. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, see you in the next one. And let me know down below what you want to see next. I know a lot of people said CoD4 Pre-Alpha. I'm still iffy about that since a couple of years ago, a lot of videos of CoD4 Pre-Alpha footage got taken down, but who knows, maybe I'll do that sometime in the future, and that's kind of why I waited this long, because I wanted to see if my MW2 alpha video would get taken down, but it hasn't yet, so hopefully it will never get taken down.